That's not good. This is insane. All of them are just breaking right off. Completely frozen solid. So we're gonna have to come back later and let that thaw, unfortunately. There's nothing wrong. It's just cooling extra fast. What's going on, guys? Gonna take you along to some no cooling calls because it's that time of the year. Right off the bat, we got an AC that is not cooling, and that's pretty much all it says, so let's get right into it. So we actually have two air conditioners in this house. They're not sure if either of them are working. Both thermostats are calling for cooling, but there's nothing. So I'm gonna open up the panel, see if the contactor is even pulled in, see if there's any power. My contactor is not pulled in, but actually it smells kind of fried in here. I wonder if possibly it's a failed contactor and it likely blew the furnace fuse. I'm gonna open up the other one to see if for some reason this is the same case as well. Definitely looks like rodents have been in here in the past. That's not good. Broke off the screw just to get the door off. Just wondering why everything is rotting out in here. Wow. This is a lot of damage. Yeah, I don't see a light in there, so we're gonna see if the fuse is blown. Check this furnace over here. The fuse is fine. It just looks like it's idle. But I'm gonna focus on the one with the fried contactor potentially. This is insane. All of them are just breaking right off. I've never seen that. Furnace is so neglected. Let's turn off the power. And sure enough, it's a blown fuse. Gonna put a new one in. We're gonna leave the power off and replace that. Well, we're gonna test the contactor, and if it's bad, we'll replace it. Turn off the power. We're gonna double check with the meter just to be safe. 0 volts. Okay, we're good. Pull off the low voltage wiring. We're going to switch to resistance, check each side, and we only have 2.4. We should be closer to like 14, but yeah, this contactor has failed. That's why I brought a new one, so let's throw it in. So at least with this air conditioner, it makes sense. The contactor likely fried sometime over the winter, then they tried to turn on the cooling, then it blew the furnace fuse. I still have no idea why the other unit is not running. In these scenarios, I just take it one unit at a time so that your mind doesn't start spiraling. Got the new contactor in. Let's go turn on the furnace and see if this will turn on. Blower motor turned on. Let's go out and see if the contactor pulled in. Alright, as we can see, the contactor is pulled in. So now let's put in the disconnect and see if it starts running. Definitely heard the compressor. Feel heat coming out. Suction line is pretty cold. We'll obviously get a temperature drop and check the filter as well. Then we'll start working on this guy. Filter's pretty rough. He's got spare sitting right here. Let's just change it. Yeah, there's quite a bit of a difference there. That in there. Voila. Now the furnace can actually breathe. Alright, let's see what your problem is. First, let's check to see if there's even a call for cooling, which I doubt. C to Y, nothing. C to R, 24 volts, that's a good sign. Blower motor is on. I think I got it wrong. So there's actually an addition on this house, which is why this is a zone system. So the 2 thermostats upstairs are for the big guy. This guy just has the basement zone. So I found the basement thermostat and switched it to cooling. And I hear the refrigerant. Let's just go outside and make sure that nothing catastrophic is happening. Yeah, she's running now. The suction line is getting cold. Same thing, we're gonna go check the filter and then make sure that we have a good temp drop. And actually this one looks pretty good, which makes sense. They don't run it much since it's in the basement. Alright, both units are cooling, temp drops are looking good. So let's move on to our next call here. Another insurance call, AC not cooling, and the condenser fan is not working. So maybe a bad capacitor. Who knows? Let's go check it out. Well, it does run. As you can see, completely frozen solid. So we're gonna have to come back later and let that thaw, unfortunately. All right, well, we're out of there. That did not go very well. She was okay with me at the end, but she was definitely in a panic, understandably, because she's actually going to be gone for a month and does not want us to be there whatsoever when she's gone. And that was a lot of ice. I went down and checked the evaporator, completely frozen over. So I did take off the humidifier door and showed her how to check for ice. And I don't like turning on the furnace, and I offered it to her, but there's always that chance that's going to overflow the pan and start leaking all over the furnace and take out a lot of controls, which I've seen multiple times. So I offer that option, just as long as the customer understands the risks of further damage, and she declined. But I told her since it was short cycling, it is most likely low on refrigerant. So I tried to explain to her that it's not going to be a simple repair. We would have to find the leak and then perform the repair itself. If it's in the coil, we have to replace the coil. But yeah, I'm not sure what she's gonna do, but all I can do is just remain professional, provide her the options, and just give her the information. So my next one can't go for a while, so I'm probably just gonna go eat lunch, and I think this is the call where the AC is just really loud. Yeah, that's all it says. So hopefully this one goes more smoothly. See you guys over there. Everything sounds normal down here. Let's check the filter. Oh god. Yeah, I can tell already this is really plugged. Let's turn this off. Jesus. Yeah, that's done. Wow. It's definitely very loud. Nothing wrong. It's just cooling extra fast. Jesus. Why are you screaming so loud? Let's see what's going on in here. Liquid line doesn't feel hot. It's a good sign. Alright, let's double check over here and see how this is all set up. Yep, so our fan is the fan. It's a good sign. Just for fun, let's check our capacitor. I always like to do that before checking the antros so that it can be as accurate as possible. Can't tell if the noise is coming from the compressor or the fan. To me, so far, it sounds like it's coming from the fan. We'll see. 25.6 by 0.4. Huh. Maybe it is a bad capacitor. Maybe that's why it sounds so angry. Let's put a new capacitor in and see how she sounds. Since I had some downtime, I was able to clear up my van. So my van is nice and clean again. Let's see what we got. 40, 35, 30 plus 5. Perfect. to write that down so we don't forget. And yeah, we'll replace the filter, of course, since pretty much got destroyed when I was taking it out. Not that that was the cause of this problem, but I'm sure it did not help whatsoever. I like to write the date on here so that people know when it was changed. Actually gonna get my extension on because I want to be careful around the contactor since there's still low voltage going to it. Don't want to accidentally blow the fuse or anything. Make sure the numbers are visible. When people don't do that, it drives me nuts. There we go. Plug her back in. Purple and red were common. Yellow was Herm. And brown was fan. There it is. Sounds a little better. Not as bad. Do our amp draws. I got 0.9 on the fan, 0.1 on the compressor. It's not bad. It's actually starting to get more quiet too, so I think that was definitely an improvement. It's old, but still running. It's a Goodman. Let's see, power 22 refrigerant. I mean, honestly, I'm just gonna do a temp drop, see how it's cooling. And if it's cooling fine, I'm not gonna worry about checking the pressures because we don't have that refrigerant anyway. And you know, they're not looking to replace this unit. They just want to limp it along as much as possible, which is fine and understandable. That concludes that call. The temp drop was looking good, got a new filter in. I got pictures and measurements just to give them an idea of what a quote on a new unit would cost, just because it's a bit on the older side, and R22, and mostly just in case if they get sick of the noise in the long run. And honestly, the deck being that short, I'm not sure what a whole lot would fit in there and be able to breathe properly, but we'll figure that out. Anyways guys, if you enjoyed these calls, make sure you drop a like and subscribe as well. And as usual, I'll see you guys on the next call.